just a random date.
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna remember from now on. Best believe that.
I can't believe you forgot that.
Did I forget the date of our anniversary? Have I ever forgot that? No.
No.
Anyway.
I'm just surprised you forgot that you proposed to me.
Anyway.
Because that was... Okay. I'll let it go. Okay.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is the Mobley Culture. Nope. All right. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Okay, I remember now. See, I forgot that. What's up, YouTube? I am Maurice, and this is Danica. And you just entered the Mobley Culture.
Welcome to the culture, y'all.
Proceed.
He usually proceeds 99% of the videos he proceeds, but then out of nowhere he expects me to proceed without prior warning. So hey, Mobley Culture, welcome back. We are gonna go into our last video about how we met and how our relationship evolved and how we got engaged and got married. You ready, Mo?
Yes, I'm ready. Put my thinking cap on.
Yes, put it on real good.
All right, let's go.
So, our last video we left off where we finally became an official couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was, basically after I graduated from school in 1998. So, I guess we officially became a couple summertime in 1998. Would you agree?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
That's when I started losing my hair. I'm just playing.
He started losing his hair as a result of his prior relationship, not because of the one he was in with me.
Tell the truth, I started losing my hair when my grandmother passed in 96. My grandmother Breedy. It was a stressful situation. That whole 95, 96, 97 was stressful for our family.
And yes, and that was also the same time that he was in his other prior relationship as well.
That didn't have nothing to do with me losing my hair.
Anyway, I always like to joke and say that that's why he lost his hair. It's I guess an inside joke for me.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
Let's tell the story.
I don't know where to begin.
Okay, so we're dating now, and I think I end up going to school.
Yes.
I end up getting in Beulah Heights Bible College off of technicality.
What was the technicality, Maurice?
They had a basketball team. My dad was going there, and he wanted me to play for the basketball team.
So did they already have an established basketball team?
They were
that played
establishing
games?
a basketball team.
So it was an establishing
Right.
basketball, not an established.
No, I think they had a team the year before, if I'm mistaken.
Oh, really?
I think they did.
I
They
never
just
knew
wasn't
they
no
had a
good.
team. Okay.
I think they weren't no good. So he wanted me to play like I was Michael Jordan, like I was gonna just take them to a championship year or something. But anyway,
So your dad was playing
scout.
recruiter,
He was
scout
playing, yeah, he was
for the
playing.
school.
Right.
Okay, and he recruited you.
Yeah.
So you went to Beulah Heights, basically on the okie doke.
Oh no. But I ended up getting a certificate in biblical education out of it.
You
Now,
did?
don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. Now, when I got in there, I did my thing.
How
now.
long did you go, Maurice?
A year, a semester? Was it a year?
Was it
I think
a-
it was a year. I think I went a year.
Yeah, you did.
I went a
think
whole
you
year.
did. You went a year.
I went a year. I had math classes. I had English class.
Yeah.
I had like Old Testament class where I learned about the Pentateuch and the first 5 books of the Bible. And we the life of Jesus. So I did my thing. Now don't get it twisted. Flying colors, passing everything. 3.5 GPA.
Is that verified?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, so you're going to Bible college.
Going to
because
Bible college.
You're under the impression that you're going to be playing on the basketball team.
Swish.
Yes.
Right. And when I get there, there's no basketball team. They dissolved the team. So
No team.
I'm still in school
Shocker.
and going back and forth to school. you was working? Were you
Yes.
working? You was working for Kraft then?
Yes.
Working for Kraft. Okay. Interesting. So, towards the end of the year, I got ready to graduate, and my dad had the church in Union City. So it was a Sunday on your birthday. Let me get that right. It was a Sunday on your birthday that I was gonna basically I was graduating. I was graduating that day. Was it that afternoon? I was graduating, and so I wanted to give a speech or something about me graduating and thank the people who helped me along the way, my parents or whatever the case may be. So I get up in front of the whole congregation and I start talking about my semester, my year, whatever in school, and how it was a struggle for me, and how my parents helped me, and how Danica helped me. And I wanted to really just thank Danica for helping me out. So I call her up to the front, and she's up standing next to me, and I just started talking about school or whatever. And in the midst of me talking, I go ahead and drop down to a knee and ask her to marry me.
And as he's doing that, I'm telling him, don't do that, don't do that.
I'm like, why do you want me to do it? Shouldn't I be doing that?
I wasn't expecting that, of course. And it was like, I didn't know how to react, I guess. I was like, no, don't do that, don't do that. I don't know why I was saying that. I don't know. Because I wasn't expecting him to propose.
Right. So I proposed, and of course he said yes. She wasn't going to say no. So I proposed, and of course he said yes. She wasn't going to say no. Okay. You wasn't. I mean, come on now.
Clearly I didn't.
Right. So what's next? Where do we go from there?
So we get engaged. You proposed to me on my 25th birthday. At church, which was also the same day that you graduated from Beulah Heights with your certificate in biblical education. And after that point, I started planning a wedding. Yeah, my mom asked for two things. She said, please give me a year, and please come home and get married. Right. And I was in complete, agreement to that.
I was too.
There was no way I was going to get married anywhere else but home.
And there wasn't no way we was going to get married in less than a year either.
No. And so, Maurice, how long did you plan to propose to me on my birthday? Like, when did you decide that? Who came up with the idea? Do you even remember?
I think I came up with the idea to do it on your birthday.
You did?
That was my idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe a couple months out before. I mean, yeah, it was at least a little over a month before.
Okay.
That I started kind of, thinking about it, and things started happening, and so the reality started becoming present. I was like, okay, I can do this. So I was able to. I done it. I was scared the whole time, but hey.
You was nervous?
Figure what's the worst that can happen? She said no.
Right. What if I would have said no?
We wouldn't have what we have.
This is true.
Then your loss.
Trust me. Anyway, so you propose, I say yes, and so that's really, what's really special about this video also is that we're coming up on our 20th wedding anniversary.
Right, 20 years, 20 long years. That don't mean it was bad.
20 long years
that
has
don't
a negative connotation.
Not necessarily. 20 long sweet years.
No, now you try to butter it up.
No, I'm not. 20 long glorious years. It don't have to be negative.
Take the long out of it. Long sounds like, it's been so long.
20 short years.
It had the 20 years has gone by very fast.
It has been fast.
It has.
I mean, but they've been 20 years is a long time.
20 years is a long time.
I mean, in this day and age, 20 years is a long time
to be married.
Back to the wedding.
Yes.
Okay, so a year rolls around, you get fitted for your dress, doing all the things, getting everything planned, hotel, in Jackson after we get married, honeymoon situations, trying to get all that together. So the year rolls around, and we're approaching April the 21st, 2001.
Yes. So we're going to show some clips from our,
our
wedding
we
tour.
got some clips
We
and
got
pictures.
some clips so y'all can reminisce with us.
Yeah.
So, by the way, happy anniversary,
Happy
Maurice.
anniversary.
Because, by the time they see this, it's going to be our anniversary.
What is it?
20?
20?
Is that 20?
How you do it?
Or is this 20? I don't know. But yeah, 20. 20 years. As he said, long years.
Short years.
Quick years.
Right. But, so all right, it's wedding day.
It's wedding day.
It's wedding day.
Yes. So, let's talk about who we had in our wedding.
All right, you go first.
So, I had 6 bridesmaids. And they were my roommate from college, Danita Gladney, my cousin, Gwen, my high school friend, Michelle Bacon, my other childhood friend, Monica Pierce, and my new sister-in-law, Kelly McDaniel. And who was the next one? I'm missing one. Oh, duh. And then my other childhood friend, like I was a child, she wasn't. But my other childhood friend, Kim. Those were my bridesmaids. And then I also had my hostesses were also very special to me. I had Felicia from our church here in Atlanta. Shantavia. Remember Shantavia was our hostess? Wow. She also went to our church in Atlanta. And Tasha from Z. She also went to our church in Atlanta. My cousin Keisha.
Yeah.
And then my other cousin Elika was supposed to be a hostess. However, she decided to have a baby on my wedding day, which is our cousin Tatiana. So Elika, had to, relinquish her hostess duties to go have a baby.
Right.
But that was our wedding. Oh, and then my flower girls was my little cousin Medea. She was the best flower girl ever. She was precise in dropping those petals of flowers as she walked down the aisle.
Very
technical. She took her sweet time.
And she dropped
one petal for each step.
Yeah,
all the way down. And it was a long aisle too. She was the perfect flower girl and the cutest flower girl ever. Yeah. And then my other flower girl, or bell ringer rather, was her sister Kamaya, who we did a video with a few months ago with her husband. So talking about what the heck, my bell ringer in my wedding just got married, and I did a wedding video with her and her husband.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't that crazy? That's just how fast time goes by.
Right.
So so that was the my half of the wedding party. Who was your half?
My half was let me see. There was my 2 brothers, Carl Breeding and Matt Mitchell. There were my 2 best friends. It was Jalarence Goldie Mathis, Chris Neesmith. So how many is that? 4?
Yep.
There was my favorite cousin. Now, all my other cousins, don't y'all get mad. Because I be saying y'all my favorite cousin, but this is my favorite cousin for real. Antonio Trice. We call him Tone. So that's 5.
Yeah. And then my cousin Aaron.
Aaron stepped in for my other man.
Because your other groomsmen couldn't make it.
Maurice Penn couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So Aaron, my dog, my road dog.
So that reminds me, I left out, well no, because you're supposed to name them all, but we had 2 ushers as well.
Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, I was going to get them.
I'm sorry, okay.
And then we also had Quincy.
Quincy was one of
Quincy Powell was one of our ushers.
Yeah.
And we also had...
Aaron was an usher too.
Aaron was an usher /
He had to be upgraded to groomsman.
Yeah, he was working double time.
Actual triple time, because Aaron was our DJ
Our
too.
DJ too. Yeah, we're going to get to that too. Everything was all family oriented. We kept everything in-house. So, and also we had our ring bearer.
Yes, our ring bearers. You had two of them.
My nephew, Carl Jr.
Yep.
And
Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
My cousin Elika,
yeah.
who was supposed to be my hostess.
Her son.
Her son was our other ring bearer.
Mm-hmm. All in the family.
All in the family.
So we go through the marriage.
Yes.
The marriage is done by
the
wedding ceremony is done by
my pastor Eugene Parker. Rest in peace. He married us. It was my pastor growing up, and
we had all hands on deck.
Yes, we did.
As far as family is concerned, we had the groomsmen and my tuxedo came from Dewan, working at men's. What is it?
What was the name of the tuxedo place? I don't even remember the name of the tuxedo place, but he worked at the tuxedo place.
Worked at the tuxedo place.
My cousin Dewan.
We got a nice discount on the tuxedos.
Yep. And then Dewan and his father were our photographers. So my cousin Larry and his son Dewan, who did the tuxedos, they also took our pictures. My cousin Larry was a photographer back then.
Now I'm saying, not just pictures. One was doing pictures, the other was video.
Yeah, no, that was another
Larry
family.
Video?
No, that was another family input.
I was about to say,
so the videographer came from my Uncle Keith's church.
Okay.
One of his members did our video.
Oh, okay.
So I'll tell you, it was all family. And then our caterer was my cousin Larry, who did our pictures. His brother-in-law was our caterer. So his wife Deanna, my cousin Deanna, her brother did our food, and that was some good food. I know we didn't get to eat a whole lot of it, but it was some good food from what we did get to eat. I remember how good the food was. Along with my cousin Quincy, who was the usher, and let me tell you, Quincy rolled down the runner for when I get ready to walk down, and precise.
Yeah, he made sure his cousin was straight.
Yes, he rolled that thing down so precise and made sure it was straight and everything. I'm telling you, it was just a beautiful family affair. Our wedding was. And my other hostess, I forgot to mention earlier, my other hostess was Tisha Sanders, who we grew up together in church in Jackson. So she was my other hostess. So everybody in our wedding was like
family.
Yeah, it was the close family, friends. I was determined not to just have anybody in my wedding. I wanted to make sure, whoever played a part in our wedding they were special to us, and everyone who was in our wedding, everyone who came to our wedding was special. Really, they were very special. And remember Mike and Falona? They were at our wedding. I didn't even realize they were there till like at the very end. I seen them in the back of the church after the wedding when we were taking pictures. I seen them in the back of the church and I waved at them.
Your old work co-worker Charles.
That's right, Charles Sloan, my co-worker from Kraft. He flew all the way to Michigan from Atlanta to come to our wedding.
Never been to Jackson.
I don't think he had ever been to Michigan.
That says a whole lot.
Yes, he came to our wedding. We worked together at Kraft many years ago. He came to our wedding. It was just so many. We mentioned the Willis family who sang so beautifully, my cousin Dwayne. And then the musician for the Willis family was Rhonda Clark. She played the piano, and me and Rhonda graduated from high school together. It was just, are we missing anyone else?
That's about it right there.
That's about it. I mean, we could go on and on, really. Because it was just so... Would you say that day was relatively calm for you? Because it was for me. How was it for you?
Okay, so I got up that morning. I had the jitterbugs all day. Like, oh man, my stomach was messed up. If you know Mobley's, my stomach was messed up. So I go to get my nails done. At the plaza. At the plaza in Jackson. By some, I'm going to say the right word, Asian people. Asian folks. So they doing my nails, and she cut my cuticles up so bad. I left the place, they was bleeding. They probably still ain't healed, right? She tore my cuticles up, y'all. Listen to me. When I say they was bleeding bad. So I get that, I stopped the blood, and we go.
Bleeding.
I stopped the bleeding. Thank you.
You're welcome.
20 years she's been correcting
I got to.
the whole time. So I stopped the bleeding. We go and proceed to get ready for the wedding. I remember getting to the church. I'm at the church. I had a white vest. I put on my white vest and I looked down and my cuticles and started bleeding again. So I got blood on my white vest. Blood all on my white vest. So thankfully, Aunt Cheryl, she comes to the rescue with some baby wipes.
That's my Aunt Swirly.
And she dapped the blood off. So then I look out the window and I see two of my groomsmen leaving. I guess they done got hungry, so they leaving the church to go to McDonald's. And I'm like, what is real? So I'm trying to stay focused. And in the meantime, it's the basketball game on.
That's right, because it was the playoffs.
It's the playoffs. So I got some groomsmen, they downstairs watching the game. You know, it's just cool. So let me see, what happens next?
I guess the ceremony starts.
Okay, the ceremony starts.
So
Okay.
While you're going through all that, I'm calm as a cucumber. I had a very early morning. My hair appointment was at 5 o'clock in the morning because we got married on the same day that Jackson High had their prom.
Prom, sure did, yes.
So the beautician, of course, was booked solid. Appointments back to back, so she could only fit me in at 5 o'clock in the morning. So me and my mama got up 5 a.m. before 5 a.m. actually, and headed to the beautician.
And I think I was just almost getting in.
What?
Yeah, I didn't get in. I didn't get in that morning until like 3 or 4.
You had a bachelor party the night before?
It wasn't a bachelor party. Bachelor gig session. Carl, Carl had his instruments, and I think his dad maybe came through or something. So we chilled out. So I didn't have a bachelor party. There were nobody there taking their clothes off and doing those dances or no shots being thrown. We was just chilling. We was gigging, listening to music like some good church boys.
Okay. So he was just getting in when I'm just going to get my hair done. So I get my hair done. While I'm getting my hair done, my future mother-in-law and sister-in-law come to the same hair salon to get their hair done too. So we kind of see each other in passing. And then I go home back to my mom's house and I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just literally chilling. And then my cousin Gwen, at the time all of her children were babies, they're little. She came by because she needed to go get her nails done. So she asked me could I watch her kids. So I was babysitting on my wedding day. But her kids were so good. I fell asleep on them. That's how good and well behaved they were. That I fell asleep while they were there. And when I woke up, the house wasn't torn apart.
Wow.
But yeah, so I babysat on my wedding day. In my mom's house, waiting on the time to go to the church. I did my own makeup. I look back at that and I'm like, man, I really didn't get the full treatment as a bride because I did my own makeup. And I guess I did okay. I think I need a do-over as a bride just to get my hair and makeup done. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so what?
I need a do-over.
Why?
I went to Jamaican James for a haircut. And if y'all in Jackson hear this, y'all know Jamaican James. Tell him he cut my hair one time and one time only because of what he did to my head. So I had hair. It was real thin. It was real thin.
It was real low.
So,
but you did have a little bit.
So when I get out the chair, I notice my hairline is back here. Now my hair is real short, but my hairline is sitting back here. I don't think it ever recovered. My cuticles and my hairline that day got destroyed. I'm telling you. Okay, so
I must say that, and I think I've told you this before, when I was walking down the aisle, that was the first thing I noticed when I seen Maurice, was his hairline. I was like, oh, wow.
Man, he jacked me up.
You still look very handsome.
I mean, but my hairline was horrible.
And for a man, that's important,
Yeah.
to have your hair cut right. And Jamaican James jacked you up. So we both want to do over.
Right.
I want somebody to do my makeup. He needs somebody to cut his hair.
Nah, I don't need nobody to cut my hair.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
They can do your beard.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
All right, so I'm in line before I actually march down. We behind the doors or whatever. So your dad, he comes up to me, he pulls me and whispers in my ear. He said, you can give her back now. You want to something like, it ain't too late to give her back or something like that. I said, no, I'm good. I'm gonna keep her. I got her. I'm gonna keep her. And I think your uncle Ronnie might have said something to me that day, like, hey, we watching you, buddy. But it was all in love.
It was all in love. It was. So yeah, I finally go to the church. Me and my dad rides, and the limo comes to my house to pick me up, to take me to the church. My dress and everything is already at the church, and me and my dad ride to the church together. And it kind of takes us on a tour of the city. Like we ride past my other childhood home, Barberry Drive, and roll past the King Center, and then the limo drops me off at the church, and I go in, and all my bridesmaids are there, and I just continue to chill. I wasn't nervous at all. Then I got a little hungry, and I remember, I think I seen your two groomsmen leaving. I happened to look out the window, and I also seen those two groomsmen leaving to go get something to eat. But somebody had went to McDonald's somebody else went to McDonald's, because I was eating chicken McNuggets from McDonald's before the wedding. And I think I was eating it with my dress on. Weird, I know. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, so I'm just chilling, waiting for them to say it's go time. And I remember my cousin Cookie, she was our coordinator. She helped my mom plan our wedding. They did such a wonderful job that my whole planning process was no stress for me. I was not stressed at all. My mom and Cookie handled everything. They asked me what I wanted. They shot down half of what I wanted.
I wish they came over to my side and helped me out. Man,
You was struggling?
I was a nervous wreck.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sorry. But I wasn't. I didn't start feeling nerves until Cookie came and said, okay, it's your turn. And it was time for me to walk down the aisle. I started getting a little nervous then. But as soon as I got to the door and heard John Willis singing, "You are flesh of my flesh." That Willis family did a wonderful job singing at
Shout
our
out
wedding.
Willis.
Yeah, the Willis family sang beautifully at our wedding. And the nerves went away. And I walked down the aisle and we got married.
Got married.
And it was a nice ceremony. And it was very important to me that people felt the love and they felt the sincerity that we both had for each other, and they felt the presence of God as well. And that's a lot of what we heard from people. Man, you felt so much love and really felt the presence of God at your wedding, and that's what we wanted. And it really was a very excellent ceremony. Also, my cousin Dwayne sang the Lord's Prayer.
Sure did.
Almost sang us to Holy Ghost shout.
Yep. My dad.
And your dad
did the prayer.
Your dad did the blessing.
Yeah, the blessing.
Yeah, he did the blessing at the end.
And Carl came and wiped my forehead because I was sweating.
Man, it was hot in that church.
It was so hot. I thought I was about to pass out. I said,
man,
am I overcome with that much anxiety? I literally thought I was about to pass out. It was so hot in there.
It was hot in there. And now we got married in April in Michigan. And anytime in Michigan in April, there's no telling what kind of weather you're going to have. Because it could be snowing, it could be raining, it could be cold, it could be hot. Well, it wasn't necessarily hot that day.
No, it wasn't
But it
hot.
was maybe about 70.
It was a nice day.
But that church, it was hot. It was so hot in that church. It really was.
I got a picture of me sitting there looking like I'm about to pass out.
I didn't know you was about to pass out. Oh, man. That's why you drank up all of the blood when we took communion.
My throat was so dry.
We took communion as part of our ceremony, and when you gotta drink the blood and eat the body, the bread and the juice. Honey, there's a picture of the communion glasses, and my communion glass is still full. His is empty. He literally drunk the whole glass of grape juice. Cause you was so thirsty.
I was dehydrated up there, man. I'm telling you. I had on that 3-piece suit.
Oh my God.
And
that
that
was so funny.
3-piece suit and a tie. No, I had a little tie and
Yeah,
stuff on.
yeah.
It was hot. It was hot.
Whole thing.
It was hot.
He was hot and he was thirsty. He was thirsty. But yeah, it was just a really special and great day. April 21st, 2001.
Yeah. I decided I was gonna.
It wasn't a night, it was a day.
One day at church, I was. How did it happen?
It was. Do you know what day it was? You don't know what day you proposed to me?
Just the day I graduated. Mm-hmm.
Wait, how old were you when you got married? Or proposed?
24.
Do you remember the date? That is very interesting.
At least I remember the date we got married on.
He doesn't remember
Most
the date
men-
that he proposed
A
to
lot
me.
of men don't even remember their anniversary.
But he doesn't remember the date that he proposed to me.
It
Because
was,
it
it
wasn't
was
just.
it was your birthday. The year before.
What are you talking about the year before?
Before we got married.
So you proposed to me on my birthday? Is that just now
Yeah.
clicking in your head that it was my
Yeah.
birthday?
Yeah.
You didn't remember that before?
I had to think. I can't just jump. Oh, it was your. No, once I start thinking about stuff, you see how that ain't the first time it happened. Once I start thinking about stuff, my mind start recollecting things, and I can remember
Certain
things.
things you should remember.